Attention. Please don't concentrate on the platform. Those who cannot get on the train, please wait for the next one.
好，先下后上，这里先往里走一走啦。刚上车的乘客往里车厢两边走一走，这里先往车厢两边走一走，路程远的乘客记得往里换一换。
This is recorded from one of the subway stations in Beijing. Before I came to New Zealand, I have spent 6 years studying and working in Beijing, the capital of China. I used to work in a radio station as a journalist and editor. This is one of my audio reports.
家住四川省什邡市红白镇狮子坪村的范大哥是村上第一个种猕猴桃的人。3年前，当他家附近几十亩的猕猴桃已经初见规模时，那一场特大地震的来临，却让8年的心血化为泡影。
像我们家里山体滑坡垮了，这损失都比较多。
It's about the lives of locals living in a small town in Sichuan, which was almost flattened by a huge earthquake in 2008. That was the year of the Beijing Olympics. Beijing is a big city full of people. It always took a long time to travel on the road. For the last 6 months I was there, it used to take me 1.5 hours to get to work. But what took me even longer was to make the decision to come abroad. This took me 2 years to achieve. But my mother didn't agree. Because I'm an only child, my mom doesn't want her only daughter to be far away. One of my aunts talked to my mom. She said it wasn't a bad thing, and my mom finally let me do what I want. So my journey from China to New Zealand began. Suddenly, I became the one most far away from my father and mother's family members. It was hard to explain the feeling when I first went abroad. But I always feel happy for choosing to come to Wellington, cause it's such a nice city, and people are always kind and sweet. But there are also hard times, such as during the early days when around here, I was even afraid to talk to little kids, cause I'm worried I wouldn't be able to understand what they say. Then I found being a migrant bird wasn't an easy thing. It needs constant courage to move on. Until now, I am still on my way, and meanwhile I have begun to learn about how other people feel about their own journey. I have started to read books to learn more about my home country, and the stories that I haven't known about. The more I read about those old stories, the more I begin to realize every single migrant bird have their memories of their marvelous adventures. And for me, I'm not even the first migrant bird in my family. Decades ago, my grandparents completed a significant migrant journey, which was much harder than mine. They traveled because they lost their only son, who died when he was 12 years old because of a serious illness. They traveled because of war and famine. My grandmother traveled on her 3-inch lily feet. When I was young, I used to help her wash them, but didn't realize how painful it could be. But now, I begin to know. Where my grandparents settled down is where my hometown is. In winter, it's always freezing and has lots of snow, but it also has blue skies, just as beautiful as Wellington's. What's more, there is a famous mountain in my hometown, on top of which there is a borderline. Across this line is North Korea. My elderly family members still live in my hometown. My uncle-in-law enjoys his retirement, drawing and practicing calligraphy, accompanied with my elderly aunt, who is 18 years older than my mom. My auntie and uncle-in-law live just a floor below my parents, in the same building. Some of my classmates from primary school stayed in our hometown. Many of them have begun to send their children to the school we used to study in. The little kids seem to follow a similar path as we've been through. Even it's been a long time, I could still remember when we were that age as pupils. Once we climbed onto a mountain and stood in a circle, hand in hand. We close our eyes and listen to the song of the birds. The kind of birds sing a beautiful song, which sounds like boo-goo, boo-goo, which means broadcasting cease, broadcasting cease. Sometimes, when I recall this memory in my mind, I ask myself why I'm so far away, and sometimes I answered by questioning myself, is it really that far away, or isn't it near to what I want? The other day, one of my classmates in Wellington posted a poem on Instagram. It said, "There's freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky," and you ask, what if I fall? But oh my darling, what if you fly?